I think personally there are good sides to our favorite artists having social media, as well as there being bad sides to
Mm-hmm.
our favorite artists having social media and what that means for artist fan interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I think it's so weird because like some of these artists are so talented, but then when they get on social media and open their mouth, you're like, no.
yeah, shut
You
up.
know what I mean? You're like goodbye. Regardless, people are gonna do whatever they want. They're gonna call them out on
Yes.
their shit, or they're gonna just agree with it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, don't just agree with it because you're their fan.
Yeah, you don't have to. You're not
You know what I mean?
obligated to.
Like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna comment, call them out on their shit, or just don't comment at all. Like, if you know it's disrespectful, Jesus, in your right mind it's not good. Why are you agreeing? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just because you're a fan. Like, I'm a fan of Rihanna, Spice, and all those things. But if I see them do something that I don't like or know that is kind of wrong, I don't be like, oh, well, it's Rihanna, so she can do it. No.
Yeah.
Or, oh, it's Spice, so she can do it. No. Like,
Like my current fan experience. BTS gives us a lot of content. A
mm-hmm.
lot of content, and they give us quite a lot of access to them, but they do it in a way where they still maintain privacy. They tell us
Mm-hmm.
silly goofy, like, just like, for example, the other day JK hopped on Weverse live because it was 7 a.m. for him, and he was like, I can't sleep, so I'm in bed. Like, he was in bed
Yeah.
with the phone there in the bed with him, um, and he fell asleep. He was like talking for a bit, and then he fell asleep, and he left the live stream running because he doesn't care. And like, these are like the little things that create the sense of like intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also like, if we deepen, we really only have this one view. This is what we know about him on this day. It's like
Mm-hmm.
he fell asleep on a live stream. That's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. It's enough. They've given us enough to feel like, okay, cool. We know them on this type of level. We
Mm-hmm.
know them the way that they want us to know them. And then beyond that, we don't really know anything about them.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the type of stuff that we shouldn't know about them anyway. I feel like there are a lot of people that cross that line and tell us things about them that we don't need to know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, as fans, as consumers of music, there are things we don't need to know. It's okay to not tell us things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that for BTS, for example, they have balanced that. They have figured
Mm-hmm.
out how to do that really well, especially considering that their whole thing was open communication. That's how that's one of the ways that they got to where they got to, because they've always been open and candid with their communication. But again, they've done it in a way where we don't know the things that we don't need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And the sane part of the fan base is fine with that, because we acknowledge that there are things that nobody needs to know about anybody.
Exactly.
Then there are the parts of them that want more, 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 and they're willing to
Mm-hmm.
push limits to get that more, 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 more. And then they don't like it. They don't like what they
Mm-hmm.
see when they get more. And I'm like, but is that not a silly, goofy thing to you? Do you not think
Right.
that there should be some kind of boundary? Like, I understand wanting the interaction. We all want our faves to like their fan base and to treat their fan base the way their fan base treats them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we also that's all. That's all it should be.
Right.
I feel like we don't need to be knowing everything about each other. Like,
Yeah. 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 I like the way that Rihanna does it because she shares a lot, but not a lot. You know what I
exactly,
mean?
exactly.
Like
That's what BTS does it
I
as
love the
well.
way that she does it. Like, she shares about her family. She shares about her being in Barbados, the things that she does or whatever. But it's like she's sharing everything, but like she's not sharing everything. You know what I mean? And I
Same.
really like that because I mean, of course, there are certain things that are private that we should know and that you wouldn't want us to know, but that you're giving us just enough to be satisfied with because you're making us feel like you're giving us everything. You know what I mean? But I guess as well, it the fans have to understand the artist on that level. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because like Beyonce, for instance, barely gives anything,
Yeah,
and her
but she gave a
fans,
lot in the past.
right? She gave a lot in the past, but now she doesn't give really much. But
Anything,
I
yeah.
think her fans just have to understand that
She's
I don't
in
know,
her she's
like,
in her peaceful era, like leave her
right?
alone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think her fans are okay with that because they understand her as an artist. You know,
Exactly.
like I think the understanding has to come from the fans as well, being okay with
Getting what you get.
getting what you get because you know this is what the artist will give or whatever they're going through at that time. Like you say, like with BTS, like the sane fans are okay with what they
Getting what we
get,
get. Yeah.
but then the others are like, no, we want more. And then when they do get more, they're like, the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I understand. Okay, because also these are public figures, so you expect them to act with decorum. And there are things that, as public figures, they have to do and not do. Most celebrities get that right. Most artists get that right.
Yeah.
Some of them get it really, really, really wrong.
I just had
that-
an artist in mind that I was gonna
Yeah,
talk
and that
about
like
this song.
you can understand then. But just because, you know, I mean, I think there are also people in the industry that really shouldn't be collabing or participating in collabs because they've done awful, terrible shit. But in that case, I don't know that they exist. I pretend like as soon as I'm like, nah, I'm done with this person, they no longer exist to me. It goes over my head.
Yeah.
I block them on Spotify so that their music never accidentally plays for me because I'm
Your
not
role.
interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the most. I just don't. I don't participate anymore. No, I really, I strongly feel there are people that should not have access to social media. There are artists that should not. Like, you know, I think of Adele so often and how her PR team was like, no, we're going to take over your social media because we feel like it's probably the best decision. And the fact that she was just like, yeah, okay, like I get where you're coming from. I probably shouldn't have social media. And I'm like, I feel like a lot more people should be like that. I think actually, you know what it is? I think that you should have like your professional platform and then make a private account. It's just
Girl,
you and your homies.
I was about to say the way that we as fans interact with artists is so crazy how we act like we're speaking to the artists.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on social media, because like if
so
you comment, you're not gonna be you're gonna comment like you're speaking to the artist. Like
Yeah.
you're acting like the artist is gonna see. Okay, some of them do see and comment.
Yeah.
But like we generally speak like we're speaking to the artist when we comment. Because like if Spice posts something that I think is silly or whatever, I would at her. I would be like, Spice, you know whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah, you play too much.
Spice is not gonna see this shit, but I'm talking like I'm talking to Spice.
Yeah, exactly. I do that on Weavers because sometimes I go on Weavers and I'm like, let me leave a little note.
Yeah.
Let me leave a little note. I generally leave like a little note to all 7, but sometimes like if it's their birthday or if one of them is going off to military, I leave a note to like a specific member.
Okay.
And I talk like I'm talking to the member, but I'm like, he's not gonna see this shit.
Yeah. No,
I'm like,
for
he's
real.
not gonna see this shit. And I think that's why some fans get so brave with what they
Yeah.
say, because they're like, they're not gonna see this shit, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna say crazy shit and I'm
Right.
like, relax.
But you know what's so crazy? When they do decide to say some crazy shit, that's when
They
the
always
artists
see
see
them.
it.
They always see it. Always.
And then now
It's
the
so fucking
person
funny.
either deletes the comment or is too shook to reply or say anything. They like just disappear. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. You know what I can't understand? People who say they're fans, but then when you look in the comments, they're commenting like rubbish. Like how? But then they're following the artist. Like how are you following?
Oh yeah, you know those
Like-
people that are like the people that are like fans, but they're actually haters.
Yeah, I'm like, how are you following the
Yeah.
artist? But then you're here commenting bullshit. Like, goodbye.
Yeah, social media makes fan artist interaction hilarious, makes it so
Mm-hmm.
fun, but it also makes it unbearable sometimes.
Yeah, no, for real.
I'm like, pack it up. Also get some media training.
Yeah.
Also
No,
learn some
I think
breaks.
I think
Yeah.
they need. I think a lot of artists as well need media training today. Like they don't do that anymore. Like you said, like it's not so common like before.
Yeah, because people like the unfiltered personality,
Mm-hmm.
but then you inevitably reach something that you're like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You with your digital marketing business, there's a level of professionalism that is expected from you
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
right? And at the end of the day, music is a career.
Mm-hmm.
It's a career. So there's a level of professionalism that you should be expecting and that should be expected of musicians.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good and well to want their unfiltered personality, but they also have to carry themselves with professionalism. You can't just have people acting crazy
Mm-hmm.
because you want to see what they're like or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, in any case, you're not going to see what they're like because
True.
social media makes you put up a front that is like not actually you, but kind of you. And then oftentimes when you do actually see what people are like, you don't like it. So stop asking
Yeah.
for it.
No, for real. For real.
I'm like, stop asking for it. Take what they give you.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna move over to our small talk section. Our small talk section is where we say two songs, well, our favorite two songs for the week. And we ask each other questions. It can be completely unrelated to the podcast or completely unrelated to music, or it can be something about the podcast or music or anything at all. Yeah. So, are we going to start with the questions first or the songs?
I don't know. You can pick.
We could start with the songs first.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I've been listening to Jada Kingdom recently, and because I like Jada Kingdom, she's a Jamaican artist, and she sings like reggae dancehall, but she sings it so softly, so smoothly. So I've been listening to Perfect Timing from Jada Kingdom. I love that song. She sings so, like, her voice is so soothing. Like when you put it up on
I love that vibe.
yeah, when you put it up on the Instagram story, you'll hear it. Yeah. So I've been listening to that. And then my second song is Jelly by Nadia Batson.
Okay.
This is also a soca song, but a more slow-paced soca song. And of course, I've mentioned Nadia Batson multiple times on the podcast.
Yeah,
She
I'm like, at this point, she's going to get sick of us tagging her.
she's gonna get sick of us, but she's my favorite soca artist. So yeah, those are my two songs: "Perfect Timing" by Jada Kingdom and "Jelly" by Nadia Batson. What are your two favorite songs of the week?
My first song is Take Two by BTS. Today is actually their 10th anniversary. And it's our 7th episode. Symbolic.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so my purple bloodedness is very much flowing through my veins. Okay. Since yesterday, because it was midnight for them yesterday at 4 p.m.
yeah.
for me. And that's when the purple bloodedness started flowing through me. It was glowing. But they released the song last week,
Okay.
Friday, and it's for the fans. They released it for their 10th anniversary. It weaseled its way into like my top 5 favorite BTS songs ever, like so quickly. It's just a really beautiful song. It's guitar heavy, but like acoustic guitar heavy.
Okay.
And it's just so sweet. It's like a really sweet feeling song. Also, the lyrics are really, really sweet as well. And the vocal line, oh my god, they were hitting those notes. I was like, sir. Happy 10th anniversary. And then my second song, keeping to theme, kind of. My second song is Lilith by Halsey featuring Suga from BTS. It's actually kind of like a remake of the song because Lilith was in Halsey's latest album. But then Halsey and Suga remade it with like a verse of Suga's in there for a video game called Diablo. Like the newest edition of the video game came out, and they made the theme song essentially from one of Halsey's existing tracks. It's a dope track. I've always liked Halsey's voice, and I've always liked Halsey and Suga together, because it's not the first time that they collaborate.
Nice.
Question.
Yemi Alade.
My Johnny.
Oh, okay.
So, right, we were talking about how artists should have like maybe a private social media account and then like a professional one. And I wanted to ask you, like, do you think that you would be the type that is safe to just have a professional one and use it however you want? Or do you think that you personally for yourself would rather be like, no, let me have the professional one that like my team runs, and like I'll sometimes post some shit or do a live stream or whatever, and then have my private one just for my family and my closest friends, and like we just mind our business in here, do whatever we want.
I think I'll have a professional one where my
Okay.
team runs it and I can also be on it now and then I'll have like a private one for my family, friends, and stuff like that. Because bitch, I'm so silly. I like dumb shit. I
Me
like dumb
too.
shit on TikTok. I love to laugh. And I like putting up shit sometimes on my story. So like
Yeah.
I don't want to put like the dumb shit that I like on my professional page. Because like
Yeah.
if I like something and it's funny, I'll also share it because I want other people to laugh. You know?
Yeah.
And like if I share, they'll be like, "What is this?" Like if I share it on my professional account, they'll be like, "What is this?" So I would want to share those silly things with my family and friends and like put it
Yeah.
up. So I'll separate the shits because I don't want nobody judging me.
Yeah. Fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like, yeah, for real.
I'm on like on my current Instagram account. I'm so silly on my stories. I'm so silly on my stories. But if I were a celebrity, this would be a private account.
Yeah, and Coco has a professional account and a separate account. And her professional account is where she posts everything about like her career, her music, her acting, everything professional over there. And then her other account, I'm not sure if it's private, but I follow the other account. And the other account, she just posts like silly things, like things that she feels comfortable
Yeah.
with sharing
Yeah.
with her fans. So like if she goes out, I guess if she goes out like maybe on a date, or if she takes herself out to shopping, or if she's just having a night out with her girls, like she'll just post it on the other like side account.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, she's not sharing all her personal stuff that goes on in her life on her professional page, but she does it
Yeah.
like on this side page, which is understandable because like
Yeah, I think that's also
you
like
know
a really good way to do it, because
yeah.
it's not everybody that wants to connect with you
But
in that way.
and
Some
listen to
people just
this.
want to keep it professional.
And listen to this. Like she has like I think either 1 million or 2 million followers. I can't remember on her professional account. And then on the private account, I think she has like last time I recall, she had like 9,000 or 10,000 people.
Yeah, you
So
see.
I'm like, it makes sense,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
there's
because not
there's
not
only a handful of people that wants to see this
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
follow
like
her
not
on a private
everybody.
account, so
Yeah, exactly. Not
yeah,
everybody is interested in what celebrities do in their spare time.
yeah.
And that's fine. There's a lot of celebrities I'm not interested in at all, but I listen. Yeah, no, like I listen to their music. I maybe watch their content on YouTube, but I don't follow their Instagram, Twitter accounts. I don't follow them anywhere.
Hmm.
I just snoop. I just snoop. I
Yeah,
snoop on their
yeah.
stuff and I listen to their music, and then I keep it trucking because I'm like, there's just like some of you I just don't care. I don't want to
Mhm.
know. um,
Okay,
yeah, fair.
so my question for you is, would you take a job, right? Where you would have to be like, because you were the community manager for
Yeah.
your internship. When you were doing your internship, you were a community manager. Would you be the community manager like for an artist, where you would have to like filter their comments, reply
Yeah,
to
like be a
comments?
moderator.
Yeah, be like a moderator. So like moderator. um, would you be the moderator for an artist and like moderate their TikTok lives,
Yeah.
filter their comments on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, Twitter, reply to comments? Would you do like that? Because
Yeah.
like, you would.
Yeah. I'm sure I'd get frustrated doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I get really annoyed a lot of the time doing it as well.
Because
But
there's so much comments coming in and a lot of
yeah.
negative comments coming
Yeah, but also because I'm just the moderator, I can cuss people out.
in. Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm the moderator, I'm running this shit right now. I'm gonna
Yeah.
cuss you out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
like,
cuss you out for coming in here and coming at this person sideways.
she's like, I'm gonna cuss you out. I'm the moderator.
Yeah, because we have community guidelines for a reason. It's to
yeah.
make this experience pleasant for everybody.
Mhm.
And if you're out here trying to fill the room with so much negative energy that these artists don't even want to interact anymore, don't want to do anything anymore, or that they start commenting that the comments are crazy and wild and unpleasant, then I'm gonna send the negative energy back your way and cuss you out and kick you out and delete your comment and suspend your account. I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna do all the things to make it a safe space for everybody, because it's not so much that I want to protect the artists from seeing negative things, because it's inevitable. They're going to see the negative things anyway. But if they are within their community and communicating specifically with their fans in their community, what is supposed to be their safe space, within their fame, and you're here trying to make it a shit experience for them, and in that same breath making it a shit experience for everybody who's also there and witnessing the live and trying to read the comments as well and seeing what people are saying, then you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion on the matter. So yeah, I would moderate and I would have fun doing it. So that was this week's episode. It was very much just ranting.
Yeah.
There was some anger. There was some anger expressed. But I feel like it's conversations that not many people are willing to have, especially
True.
when they are very deep in fandom. And also, like, when you're a public figure, you don't necessarily want to be held up to a higher standard. But it's kind of how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately for you, unfortunately for us. But I also think that there is a level of professionalism that should be expected, and that goes both ways. I think as fans, we should also be courteous and professional. And we should mind our business a whole lot more than we actually do. And as musicians, we should get media training.
No, for real. For real.
We should get media training, and maybe some of us should just not have social media, or at least not have a public social media account. Some of us need to listen to our PR agents. Okay, cool. So if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you feel like it. I mean, I encourage you to, because then you'll know every time we post. And I feel like, what a better way to know than to get a little notification for it. But anyway, that's just me. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, don't forget to follow the podcast, rate the podcast, share it with your friends, share it with your whoever you want, actually. And finally, follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Don't Touch My Music Pod, on both of them. We post bloopers over there. We post silly, goofy things. We have some laughs. And also on our Instagram, on our highlights, we share the music that we chose today. So if you want to see every song that we've ever shared ever, you can go check out our highlights. We have 2 of them. So yeah, you can see what music we share every week. You can go look it up yourselves. Why did I say yourselves? Yeah.
And that's it.
That's
we're gonna see you guys
tea.
next week.
Yeah, next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.